Okay, Bill, let's go. Come on, buddy, let's go. Come on. Good boy. Good goat. Come here. Good girl. Stay. So. We gotta get Bill now. All right. Let's go. This first lake doesn't have any fish in it. This one winter killed, and nobody has been able to catch fish here this year. There's a beautiful little spot. Look at that. Bad goat. I've fished this lake, spent quite a bit of time trying, never had any luck. Maggie, you're crazy. What is it, Maggie? What is it? Well, here's another lake. I don't think this is my lake just yet. I think it's one more past this one. So, pretty big. Bill, you better not eat those mushrooms right there. Maggie's getting big. She's getting tall. Not quite as tall as Ash yet, but she's getting close. We made it. This is our lake. Yay! Oh, that was a longer hike than I realized. But my foot's feeling pretty good. I have a special ankle brace on to keep me from rolling it. And it's holding up pretty good. I feel like I'm kind of turning a corner with my foot. Having a lot less pain at the end of the day. So I think everything's good. Here's a nice camp somebody spent some time on. Look at that, they even left some firewood. That's nice of them. Wow, that looks really comfy, cozy. That's half tempting, but it's not by my fishing spot. So I think I'll keep going. Are those yummy? Nice and tender. There you go, Maggie. Here we go. Yeah, I recognize these rocks. Good stuff. This is where we usually camp. Usually there's a big log here, though. Seems to be missing. Nice view of the lake from here. Yeah, let's get our packs off. All right, Bill. Let's free you from your bondage. There you go, buddy. I had to put the cone back on Junie. She's got some kind of an itch problem and she always wants to eat her foot off. Ash has something going on with her elbow. She's not doing so good either. Looks like Maggie wants to go for a swim. You stay. You stay. Bill stepped on my fishing pole and broke it. So I put some glue on it and it's over there setting up. Hi, Maggie. Good girl. Good girl. So this is our new kit bag. I named it after that super handy Trans Am that starred there with David Hasselhoff. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, I named it that because it's the perfect size for kits. So right now I have the coffee, but I've also added the ability to cook and grill. I've got a gas burner in here. I've got fuel. I've got an amazing amount of stuff in here. way more than I ever thought I would be able to fit. But you can see I've got my patches on here. Paleo Hiker MD. You should check out his channel. He's from Louisiana. Everyone from Louisiana is super nice. Paleo Hiker MD. Awesome channel. Check his stuff out. So let me show you what all I fit in here. I'll just unclip the Zoleo. I've got the Nano in the X case. I've got the small windscreen. I've got a thermometer so I can make sure that I cook things to perfection. I've got a fuel canister. I've got the wood flame gas burner adapter. I've got a set of silverware that becomes tongs. The silverware is down here. This is my coffee cup and my coffee maker and my coffee grinder. This is my silverware that becomes tongs. Just like that. Here's my lid for my coffee cup. Here's the cooking stone for the Firebox box pot. Let me get that out. We should call it Rock's Pot because it does rock. I've got a full quart of water in here, so I'm totally prepared to make my coffee. And I've got my box pot, which I'm planning on doing some cooking with that tonight. I was hoping to catch a fish. I have the grill, which works on the Nano with gas. World's smallest gas grill. And I've got the box pot lid. Let's see, there's more. I've got my coffee. I've got my spatula, which has Hakata spice in the handle underneath this rubber stopper. I've got salt and pepper grinder, micro salt and pepper grinder. That's a Firebox product as well. Let's see if I have anything else in here. Okay, then in one of these sides I have mosquito repellent, and this other side I have the straps, which can be used to make this into a chest pack. I have the Firebox folding chef knife, and I have a plate and a cutting board. All of that fit in here. That's a lot of stuff. What is it? What is it? What is it? Okay, I'm really excited to show you how I cook rice in the box pot. I've done it once before. I did 1 cup of rice and it turned out perfect. I'm so excited about how this works. So if you take your baking stone, which we probably shouldn't call it baking stone anymore, we should probably call it cooking stone, because if you put this down at the bottom and then you cook your rice in there, you don't burn your rice. It turns out perfect. Let's see. So I was planning on cooking rice and then catching a trout to cook on top of the rice. So I brought a 1/2 cup of rice, and I didn't catch a trout, and Bill stepped on my fishing rod and broke it. So it's over there gluing right now. But I did find some beef jerky, and I have some beef bouillon that I'll use some of it. I need some of it for tomorrow as well, but I think I have enough that I can do both meals. And then I was going to put some butter in it. I'm doing 1/2 cup of rice, so I'm going to go with 3/4 of a cup of water. The bubbles are happening under the cooking stone, and then they have to escape around the corners and the edges. So it does get quite noisy, but there's not enough gap for the rice grains to fit down in there. So it really works out perfect. It's boiling under the pizza stone, but the water above the pizza stone is not at boiling temperature. It's interesting how the whole system ends up working, but it does end up producing really nice rice. Okay, I'm boiling on top now. Well, it's still that corner. But I'm going to call that boiling and set a timer for 20 minutes. The timer is set. Let's turn the temperature down. And I want to wrap this windscreen just a little bit closer, because the wind keeps changing directions. Good boy, Bill. Good boy, Bill. No, Maggie. Leave Bill alone. He doesn't like you. No, Maggie. Leave Bill alone. This has about 12 minutes left. Ooh, I think now would be a good time to add the beef bouillon while there's still some moisture there. I'm just going to squeeze some of this in here. Maggie is very interested in this stuff. I'll put my chunks of beef jerky in here. There's about 10 more minutes for this to cook. So I'm going to put some of this butter up on top where it can kind of melt down into the beef jerky and then into the rice. I'm planning to cook cake next, so I'm going to put this butter on top so that it'll melt. I'll set that up there. I'm going to break up some rosemary in here. That's probably plenty. And then just let that steep for a little while longer. This quickly made up meal is almost finished, but I have one more thing to add, and that is Hakata spice, and I have it inside of my handle. So you can either use this as a pocket bellows, or you can use it as a container. So I have Hakata spice in here. All right, let's give it a try. First I want to show you this rice. So if I dig all the way to the bottom and turn it over, well, this beef bouillon's kind of ruining the effect, because you could see that there's no browning at all, but the beef bouillon is brown, so you wouldn't be able to tell the difference anyway. Anyway, I promise that rice is not burned. Well, there are fish in here. June. I'm going to use the grill to get my charcoal going. And then I'll put the charcoal on top of the box pot to cook my cake. I have cooked cakes successfully, but only half of the pan. You know, in order to do a full cake where you use up the whole size of the pan, I think you're going to have charcoal on top. I did try that with gas, and it took like 45 minutes to finally cook it, and it burned the bottom of the cake. I'm just going to turn that gas up just a little bit. Let's mix up the cake batter. I'm going to put the liquid ingredients in first and just see if it's any easier to mix. 2 eggs. Half a cup of water. Gonna be guessing on that. And we won't put the butter in until we get the powder mixed in. The butter will just turn hard in all those cold ingredients. So this is a lemon cake. Really good lemon cake too. I'm excited. Sorry about that. Okay, that's pretty well mixed in. There's still a few lumps, but I'll be able to get the butter going in there now. Alright. And I'll get that all mixed in, and I'll be right back with you. We'll drop the cooking stone in. I pre-folded this piece of parchment paper, so I should be able to open this up carefully and it should fit. I'll put maybe just a little bit more in, but I don't want to have to be scooping it out later because it's rising too high. I got this lemon for the trout, but I just thought I could maybe shave off little bits of zest. And then I'm also going to put just a teeny bit of rosemary in there. Just the slightest touch of rosemary flavor. I'm going to turn this heat down. Let's go ahead and pull these over. I hope they're hot enough. I always struggle with getting the top of pans hot enough. That's the hardest part of baking. So I'm going to leave these piled up so they'll help each other stay hot. And I'm actually going to leave this grill plate on here to temper the heat just a little bit more for this baking project. And then I'm just going to turn that heat down as far as I can. Lift this lid a little bit. Just want to make sure I'm not burning it up here on top. Ooh, it's starting to come up a little bit. I don't know how much heat this is providing. It's not very hot. Maybe I'll build another little wood fire up there. Okay, that's 20 minutes. Let's see if we can open it up and see what's going on inside. I hate to run it much longer than this. I just worry that I'm burning the bottom. Oh, look at that. It's beautiful. Yes, it definitely jiggles. I could take this grill plate off. Let that heat be a little more direct. But I think we're looking good on top. I think we'll just let that keep going. That's 25 minutes. I'll restart that. And let's just take a peek for the fun of it. We kind of know what it looks like. It's come up a little more. I think we're in good shape. I think we'll do this 5 more minutes and we might have it. Because it's still pretty jiggly. Okay, I think that's been 30 minutes. So this is running a little longer than I wanted it to, that's for sure. Ooh, looks beautiful. Man, it smells so good. Yeah, it's still a little jiggly, I'm afraid. It just needs more time. It feels like it needs at least another 10 minutes. But I'd rather go slow than burn it. So I'm going to give it 10 more minutes and come back. Sure smells nice. I don't think I've burned it yet. Well, here's where we see what happened. Move the baking stone. It looks like it might be a little bit dark, but it doesn't look burned. Wow, look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. This using up basically all of the pan. That's got to be about the most challenging thing to bake. I think if you could pull this off, you can pull off anything. So, but anyway, there it is. Look at that. Beautiful cake. Wow. That is really good. Well, you can see the texture looks really nice. It definitely got cooked all the way through. It looks beautiful inside. But it's still really nice and moist. Very nice cake. I'll have to save some of this for breakfast. You can see it's cooked all the way through. Looks great. Good morning, Bill. Good morning, Bill. Bill. Good morning, Ash. Good morning, Maggie. Good morning, Maggie. Junie went down to the lake. It's about 7 a.m., I'm guessing. Maggie. Maggie. There she is. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. Hi, lay down. Oh, good girl. Oh, good girl. Oh, good girl. What a nice dog. What a nice dog. Good girl, Maggie May. Good girl, Maggie May. You good girl? I think so. Good girl. Oh, Maggie. Get off my rock. There he goes. Oh, got one, and my fishing pole broke. Yep, I got a fish, and my glue joint snapped. Oh, but I should still be able to reel it in. Haha, at least I caught a fish. Woohoo! Oh, I don't have my net. No, Maggie. See if I can get it up here to show you at least before it gets off. Oh! It just got off. Nope. Come on. Just, no, now it got off. Nope. There's my broken fishing pole. I may not be able to catch fish, but I know I can make coffee. So we'll get our lemon cake out of our box pot and get boiling some water. Come here, Maggie. Come here. Come here. Sit. Hey, sit. Good girl. Good girl. Coffee? There's that glorious first sunlight. Coffee time. Lemon cake and coffee. Oh yeah, baby. In Nature's Cafe. No, Maggie. Hey, leave Ash alone. Nope. And that's a surprisingly large amount of lemon cake. I mean, for one person. It'd be great for 2, 3. You know, you could share it with even 4 people. Good though. Wow, that's good. When digging a cat hole, location is everything. You want to be away from a lot of rock, but you also need to be away from the trees quite a ways. I mean, I already hit a root. Luckily it was small enough I was able to break through it. Now I did bring a little shovel, one of those little ultralight shovels, but trying to get past these roots, and there's some rotten wood down in here. I think that would have been hard with such a small tool. I can get some leverage with this stick, so it might make more sense to just leave that little baby shovel at home. Anyway, you want to get it deep enough that you could bury an Nalgene bottle. We'll set up the 5-inch firebox on top of our pedestal, just like that. Nice and solid. So you can see this is a nice deep pan I think if you cut the backbone out of a whole chicken, I think you could roll it up and get it to fit in there. I have yet to try that, but I'm excited for this roast. Now, in order to pull off this roast, I had to custom make a prototype for a rack because I didn't want the roast to be right down there in the jus. I didn't want it to be boiled, so I wanted it to be up above. Let's get some of this prep done. I'm going to saute onions, garlic, potato, and carrots after I sear the beef. I've got a lot of moving parts here. That cutting board wants to rotate. We'll see how this goes. I can hear the fish jumping out there, just teasing me. The dogs are excited about something. I know. Something scary, I'm sure. These veggies will get soft, so no sense in making them too small. The potato and the onion are from my dad's garden, so garden fresh. Very nice stuff. Alright, let's get this fire going. I've got this big piece of fire starter in here, so I'll be able to drop big chunks of wood in right away. I want a lot of heat right here at the beginning, and then having hot coals will be great. So we'll just go ahead and load it right up. And we may as well put the cast iron casserole dish in its position right now and let it start getting warm. Start with this fatty side, get some fat on the pan. Looking nice. And I'm going to set my beef aside and let it rest. Look at that beautiful beef. Holy smokes. Well, maybe we can just add all this stuff because I don't want the onions and garlic to burn. This other stuff will help cool the pan down a little bit. Keep it moving. We got quite a bit of heat. I'm going to add just a little bit of my beef bouillon water. This will cool things down a little bit, but it'll also deglaze. Wow, look at that. Salt, just because potatoes are always hungry for salt. I'll put a little pepper as well. Oh, that smells so good. The perfect time to do a final deglaze. We'll put the rest of this bouillon water in, and then I will move the veggies out. And then I'm going to put the veggies in this insulated cup, and we'll put the veggies back in a little bit later, but I don't want them to overcook. And we'll just let those sit over here until we've had the beef going for at least a couple of hours. So I'm going to go ahead and drop my beef in there. We'll cover it up. I'm hoping that the hot coals I have going in here will get the charcoal going. So this is good hardwood charcoal. The wood up here is all white pine, which is not very good when it comes to producing good charcoal. It's just not very long lasting. I set up a shelter for us and for Bill. And it actually hailed for a minute. Looks like it's clearing back off, but some pretty dark clouds were rolling around, so I decided I better be prepared. The temperature has been ranging between 140 and 190 is the hottest it's gotten so far. And we've been running 2 hours and 20 minutes. The wind was stoking up my fire a little bit and got the temperature going a little too high, so I just took it off the flame for a minute. What you doing, Maggie? I'll go ahead and take the top off, and I think this is going to be a two-handed operation. If I can get a hold of this rack, and then I'll just lift this up ever so carefully. I do not want to lose this. Wow, look down in there. Look at that, it's starting to look good. Alright. Alright. And we'll just let it finish. We're halfway there. 3 more hours. We got some neighbors, so everybody's all excited because they have dogs. So they've been barking and letting their presence be known. But it looks like those guys are going to wait out and do some fly fishing. Okay, it's been 4 hours and the temperature's been right around 160 inside the oven. You can see it's just a very slow simmer. Come here. Let's see it. Sit. Good girl. Good dog. You want this one? Good girl. Sit. It's been 5.5 hours in the making, and I'm ready to eat. So let's go ahead, turn this over, put the meat down in there, take the rack out. Ho ho ho, look at that. Holy smokes. Oh yeah, that looks perfect. Dump the rest of that out on there. And I'm ready to eat. In fact, what I'm going to do is move this to the side, and I'm going to put this up here so it'll stay nice and warm. Holy smokes, have you ever seen anything so beautiful? Ooh. Do have a little bit of rosemary. I'm just going to put a little bit of that. Just give it a real kind of fresh flavor. I love what rosemary does for beef. Just kind of wakes it up. And all of this is very beef flavored because of all of that au jus that has been reduced down to just a really nice, kind of a glaze really. Oh yeah. The carrots and potatoes are soft, but they're not mushy like if I'd left them in there the whole time. Very good. I brought these cinnamon rolls frozen, and they were vacuum sealed frozen. But when they started to rise, they puffed up the vacuum bag. Pretty cool. Anyway, let's cook these up. Got some charcoal going, and we'll see if we can get these out of the bag in one piece. When I finally got the glob out of the bag, let's see if I can make them look like cinnamon rolls. Perfect. Do a little extra butter on them. Make them a little extra better. We'll put the lid on. And we'll move over some charcoal. All right. Those charcoals weren't going very well, so I decided to start a fire on top of them, get the charcoals going a little better, get a little more heat up here on top. Let's just take a look, make sure we're not getting too much heat. Ooh, just starting to get brown there in one spot. I think my cinnamon rolls are done. Let's take a look. Look at those beauties. Let's see. Yeah, I think they're done. I think they're ready. We'll go ahead and squeeze a little cream cheese frosting onto them. No, Maggie, go on. This isn't for dogs. Especially naughty dogs like you. Ho ho ho. I'll have dessert for breakfast again, it looks like. Wow, that's good. Let's look at the bottom. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Wow. That's awesome. Yeah, those are good. Heck yeah. That's good stuff. Well, we have ourselves a little bit of a situation. It started raining about the time we went to bed, and it rained all night long. It was kind of start and stop throughout the night, but now it's pretty much constant. Like if you look over here, you can't even see the lake. I mean, we're just up in the clouds. And we're just going to have to hike out in this rain. We're having just a little break in the action, so I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity to get some stuff gathered up. And I've got stuff spread out quite a bit. Anything that really mattered I had under the shelter, but there's quite a bit of stuff down here that's quite wet that I'll need to gather up and find a home for. So, but I'll finish packing up, and I'll have to pack up this camera too. My microphones aren't waterproof, so I won't be able to film much on the way home. I was tempted to try to make a cup of coffee real quick, but I think it's just too risky. I'm just gonna have to stop at the gas station when I get out of here. I've got too much to do to be worrying about coffee. So I guess we'll get loaded up and get on out of here. I will, however, take a minute to eat some of these cinnamon rolls. I'm not going to let these go to waste. Oh yeah. Oh man, those are good. Okay, well I was able to get it all packed up and we're hiking out of here. It's not raining right now, but it was about 5 seconds ago. So I don't expect the lull in the action to last very long. So far, so good. We haven't even had, I mean, there's the lightest little sprinkling, but it's not really raining. Sorry for the bumpy footage. This is my phone. My camera is tucked away where it will be kept safe. The trail's a little bit hard to keep track of, and my app reset itself, so I don't have a line to follow. So just doing my best, watching for tree markers and cairns. The Ash's pack looks really full, but it's actually not. It has 2 empty Nalgene bottles and her coat and her blanket, and that's all. So it's bulky, but it doesn't weigh. Oh, there goes a grouse. We weren't able to see it. That's probably the 6th or 7th grouse that's flown up on our path. Quite a few of them right here. Look at this huge mushroom we just walked past. Look at that guy. Holy smokes. That's a beauty. If anybody knows what that is, leave it in the comments. Hiking fast, trying to get to the truck before it really comes down hard. We keep on walking past these lakes. Pretty awesome. I wish they all had fish in them. It sure would be fun. Which way do we go, Bill? You remember? Sure is pretty in this soft light. Oh, Maggie sees the cows. She's gonna get all tough. So handsome. Huh, Bill? With your soggy packs. Yeah, good boy. I was worried about Bill walking in the rain because he really hates water. But he's done great. Real trooper. I think we got to go up that, but there's an easier trail that traverses it. If we just go a little further, and we can take the angular way up. Maggie and Junie are just gonna go straight up it. Yeah, it's starting to get a little windier. The raindrops feel a little bigger. See if I can get up here without falling down. Whew. All right, Ash knows the way. Bill took the shortcut. Well, this is the last lake, so we are parked at the trailhead, which is at this lake. We just got to finish making our way around it. Look at that. You can't even see across it. We're just up here in the clouds. I don't know if you can hear the rain, but it's raining. Yeah, you can see the cliffs over there. It's a beautiful lake. These rocks are awesome. I just thought I should get a quick clip of this little spot right here because it is really cool. You can see it. It's all rocky and it continues to go down that kind of gully. Too much stuff blocking it, but really pretty. Beautiful terrain up here. I just love it. Come on, where's the truck? Where's the truck, Maggie? Are we lost? There it is! Yay! All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Now you can rest at ease knowing that we survived. Thanks, everybody. Sure appreciate you being here. All right, we're putting Bill in. Bill, that's your shelter. That's where you want to go. He stepped on my foot. He wants to go under the truck. I'm trying to get him to go in the truck. There you go, nice and cozy.